Hello, my name is Wild Lee of Wild Lee Tarot, and here is your Moonday message for the week beginning October 5th, 2020. We have an interesting week this week. We pulled all 9s and 10s, and so for myself, when we're looking at the tarot, the numerology as we go from ace to 10 through any of the suits kind of gives me a sensation of where we are in a cycle, where we are in a pattern, where we're moving in a spiral. And so applying this knowledge to the collective, I'm getting this sensation that things are really going to come to a head this week, that there is this energy of being inundated and overwhelmed with the amount of information and energy that is outside of us. And collectively, we're coming to a place where we kind of need things to shift. We need the energy to shift. We need to move into a different sensation because all of our nervous systems are starting to become wrecked with what is occurring, at least here in the United States. So, to begin, the main energy this week, we have the 9 of Wands. And the Wands, this is the suit of air. It is really connected with Libra season right now, which is also the air element. And yet we just passed a full moon in Aries, and we're moving toward the new moon in Libra. So we're in this midway point, moving into this midway point of that push-pull of wanting to do something, wanting to get things done, and yet here we are, at least in North America, in this season of slowing down, things coming to rest, putting the garden to rest, getting the homestead prepared for winter, seeing if we have what we feel like we will need for the seasons to shift. Add in the stress of moving into winter, moving into flu season, pandemic, COVID fears are still around, moving into an election time that is fraught with so many different narratives, so many possibilities, so many stories. And we live in a time where we are both blessed and cursed with having all of that information at our fingertips, really trying to ferret its way into our conscious and subconscious all the time. Through our media choices, through social media, through marketing, we are literally inundated with everyone else's feelings, everyone else's opinions, and everyone else's thoughts. And this is amazing. It's amazing on one hand that we can plug in to the universality of the human experience, and we can use these tools to find ways in which we are all similar and connected. And yet right now there is this crunchiness, there is this divisiveness, there is this air that is not cohesive, where we are being othered and we are othering instead of being with the commonalities that we all hold. And so here we are with the 9 of Wands. This comes with the medicine and sensation of being slightly suspicious, questioning others, but also questioning ourselves, being in this space of what do I believe? What is my truth? What side am I on? And I would like to invite you to maybe step beyond that paradigm into the question of, do I need to be on a side? Do we need to be on a side? Can we agree to disagree about these external questions and conflicts and choices and still show up to be compassionate and accepting of one another? The 9 of Wands cautions us to not be so scared of or turned off by another's decisions, and to take that judgment energy and soften it and turn it into discernment and turn it back inward. Turn it back inward. We can complete this cycle together collectively by simply going in and finding out, what do I believe? What do I believe? What do I need? What do I feel? And I will take that space. And then you can do the work to figure out, what do you need? What do you feel? What do you believe? And you can take that space and we can all inhabit together without needing to control or dominate each other's sacred point of view. The word that came for us as a collective this week is clarity. This is what is being invited in. And this means clarity for what do I actually think? Not what does the party that I used to subscribe to think? Not what do my parents think? What do my neighbors think? What do other countries think of us? I get stuck in that one a lot. This week is about really coming into clarity about, what do I think? What do I think and what do I feel? And can I invite in the sensation and the mantra once again of, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but I can know what my internal landscape is in this moment. And that's all that we need right now. What do I think and feel in this moment? And what is the vision of what I want to see 5 years from now? What is the vision of what I want this world to look and feel like for my great-grandchildren, however many decades from now? We can hold those two without needing to know the who, what, where's, and why of whatever happens in between that timeline. We can allow our nervous systems to rest, and we can simply be with what our truth is in this moment, because this is the only moment we really have, right? And the two cards that came to support this week, the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So the swords, this is the element of fire. So this connects us to that Aries full moon that we just passed. The fire element connects us to our choices, our decisions, our passions, the things that we get fired up about. And these two cards are sharing with us that it's time to complete the cycle of allowing ourselves to get so fired up that we can hold our truths, we can be in our frequency, we can share our ideals without needing to allow the emotional body to flare up and perhaps cause us to make comments, make decisions, make choices that are actually not in alignment, but are being driven by a fear response, being driven by something that is not actually our inner truth. The Ten of Swords cautions us to not be so trapped in our feelings, in our passions, in our beliefs of things outside of ourselves, like politics and fear, that we don't see that there's life actually happening, right? There is life happening up here. There is a party and fireworks, but this being is so down in the dumps and in the muck and trapped behind this wall of beliefs that may or may not be their actual truth, that they can't get out into life itself. And the Nine of Swords, connected here with the Nine of Wands, says, what can we let go of? Which of these beliefs actually don't serve us anymore? Which ones actually don't serve us? Perhaps when we were younger, we were full-on Democrat or full-on Republican. But as we really look at how these parties are acting and behaving rather than on what the ideals were 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, we may see that we don't actually fall totally in step with that agenda anymore. What can we let go of? Can we let go of our attachment to fitting into a group that maybe isn't what we thought it was previously? Can we let go of our attachments to judgment of other groups simply because we don't necessarily understand their reasons and reckonings for doing the things that they do? Can we soften a little bit and still see one another as flawed human beings who are just taking steps day by day in a time where everything is still really, really unknown. The future is not written, and we are writing it with our thoughts, with our feelings, and with our actions. Can we stop focusing on the things that we don't want and put our action and attention and manifestation abilities into creating the future that we do want by allowing the nervous system to rest and allowing ourselves to be present with what is? That is the message for this week. I hope that it serves you well. The stone that came forward to support us is fluorite. Fluorite cautions us to really be conscious of the water systems of the body. Water is life. Are you hydrating enough? Are you cleansing the body out of the toxicity that we as Americans are immersed in? Every bit of media that you take in, every bit is causing a stress response that requires pure, clean water, that requires rest. It requires these things to allow the body to reset, come back into homeostasis, come back into a sense of balance, so that the mind can stay clear and focused, so that we can find our clarity and we can continue moving forward towards a future that we prefer. Take this medicine in, allow it to permeate. If these messages serve you, please like this video, share a comment, share it with a friend. It really helps me to continue show up and do this work for the collective. And if you are feeling in that nervous system stress and you would like support, please reach out. Check my link tree in the bio of my profile. I would love to support you, and I have a variety of options that are available for any budget, and I do offer sliding scale. So if you are in need of support, please don't hesitate. I am here to serve. Thank you, and have a beautiful week. We'll see you next Monday.